this is now the second attempt. Earlier on today when I was chatting with Otto. Hey Otto. There was some issue on my speaker. And now trying to come and do this stream. Silly speaker's not working, microphone's not working. So I have no idea what's going on there. Anyway, put the other microphone on, so it sounds like you can hear me. Let me check that you can still hear me. Yep, stream. Yep, silly speaker's not working, microphone's working. Something else going on. All right, so, hi. Good evening. I said I would come back tonight, and here I am, back tonight. And so I have had a productive day, and realizing that what I've been talking about and thinking about and dealing with in the last few days with transition is intensifying now. And this is now, I had a long talk with Callum this afternoon about what sort of capabilities that I have when I go to South Africa in terms of my laptop, what it's going to be able to do, what my focus is going to be, what I'll be able to deal with, and just realizing that this is a huge transition, not just at many levels. This is a big transition. And yesterday we did, I think it was yesterday, Satori and Otto and I did the second reading of the third reading of the 7 scenes from the Legend of Sempasuchi. And it's very moving, was very moving, talking a lot about transition. Really you're gonna enjoy those videos coming out. The first one is already out. And then there's a sort of another. So there's this series that we've done, and then there's almost the commentary on it that Satori also released. I have videos that I want to do. I'm really needing to sit down and do some planning about what I can cope with at the moment. I'm just going on and thinking, like, if I just keep on going on, everything will work out. But I'm realizing this afternoon things are not going to work out. I have to work them out. And there's a certain amount of acceptance that I have, but like you said to me, Satori D, about that trip that you went to the Gulf of Deleria, wouldn't have happened if you hadn't made it happen. And a month ago, this wasn't even on my radar. A month ago, we were going forward, we were building the quantum qubit. Actually, Otto, I was meant to ask you about that this afternoon. I would love to do some prompt sculpting with you. If we could jump in and do some styling on the site. There are a few things that are quite irritating, like I was noticing today when I was trying to like the posts. When you click a little icon to, a little smiley face, whatever, then instead of jumping back to the post that you were on, you jump to the post at the head of the queue or something. I'm not quite sure what's happening, but that's very irritating. To be always jumping off the post that I was looking at because I put an icon on it. I think we can do it quite easily. I mean, I could do it, but I just thought it would be a fun thing for us to be able to play together, especially since it's big news for today. Otto and I set up my laptop to be a node, and always on node, which of course is a week late. I'm sorry, Minds Gaming, that it took me a week over. I thought that the Ethernet cable was essential. So I was waiting for the Ethernet cable. Anyway, so I skipped that bit, and it looks like it's still on. Yes. Oh, that's excellent. So that's very exciting. And what about this one on this computer? Is this one still on? I'm not sure if this one's still on. Or if this one. Okay, I'm doing a live stream, so blah, blah, blah. It's on. Here we go. No, not that one. Oh yeah, here it is. I pinned this tab too. And this one is connecting again. So I have to refresh, do I? Oh, this one just clicked. So this one must have seen it. Oh, and this one's now seeing connection. That's so exciting. I'm watching it work. Otto, are you connected yet? Then we would have a 3-node system. Anyway. Okay, sorry, that wasn't what I was saying. Was it? Off with the fairies again. Sorry. Right, so it was something about Node. Yeah, a month ago. We were doing this. Even 10 days ago. This was my entire focus. I was waking up at like 4 in the morning, or trying to, not always managing to, and sometimes going back to sleep. But like, it was just all day, every day, and I learned so much. And then I started, I don't know what all has happened. It's just things became obligations, and now I must seriously evaluate. And it's really interesting when you make a transition, how everything changes, because the mind comes first. So if you change your mind, you change every single thing that you see, not just the few things that you change your mind about. You change your mind. So I'm looking at what are my priorities now, and how am I going to use my time the most skillfully in the next 3 months. Making this recording of the legend of Senpa is a huge synchronicitous event for me. Talking about becoming the bridge, refusing to be consumed by the sun, choosing to be alone, to be yourself, to bloom as a flower, rather than be subsumed into a bigger entity, a more enduring consciousness. Fascinating and interesting and very profound. And in the middle of having this experience of reading to myself, and then reading out loud, and then editing through what I have read, and at the same time as working with these very deep emotional things, having my mother's death become a very high possibility in the next, I don't know, she's not well. Yeah, so transition in life, transition in death, transition of all things, not the end of all things, not the end, not everything ends. Everything that ends starts again. And that's why transition is not something to be feared of, even though it's so chaotic, because in the chaos, the order emerges. The two things dance hand in hand. And the challenge of life, if you like, is to find the beauty in the dance. The beauty in the dance. I think for me, there's no such thing as happiness. When Chainsaw said to me the other day, "Are you happy?" And then he said, "Nah, I know you're not from just watching your videos." And I was, yeah, I'm not a happy person. I don't believe it's a priority for me. I think what I search for is truth and beauty. and transition. And the bridge. Yeah. And believing in the patterns. Believing in the patterns. So I believe I leave on the 21st. I fly on the 21st. Yeah. So that is 9 days. I have a full 9 days to fully prepare for the birth of this journey. And there's so many deaths that I'm really grieving. Yeah. A month ago, everything was different. So I'm open to suggestions from anybody in the community or, out of it, of how we should handle this. If we should try and close down for 3 months, if I should just close down and walk away for 3 months, if I should do my best to keep the structure going, even though I'm in another place, or completely step back into Mescaline City. Yeah, I might be needing to do that. So, I have 9 days to talk to you guys about it and to hear your opinion and to see what you think would be the best thing. I had as I said, I had a long conversation with Callum this afternoon, and he feels that I need to completely step away from everything that I'm doing at the moment. And so I think that the thing that I'm thinking about is that where I kind of entered this journey into Mescaline City was with the Satori D's unconscious take loops of the mind, where he was talking so much about just being in the world. And I've been wondering for a long time if I need to go back to doing views from a car, take some of my old footage and rework it. And maybe I need to stop being online for 3 months. Wow, that has been so hard to say. I've been trying to say that for 3 days. I have a sneaking suspicion in the back of my mind that the work that I need to do at the moment is soothing self-care, which is basically making flower songs, which is stepping away from the schedule and the desire to perform, the desire to get these videos done before I go and to get them to be good and to do everything right, and just step completely away from everything and say, look, I've had huge unexpected circumstances. I first had to deal with my sister's fear and trauma. Now my sister reporting from South Africa, and they've started giving Mom morphine patches. She hasn't been sleeping. We did some research last night into the progression of Parkinson's disease, each stage as it comes up. So, guys, I'm in a huge transition and I just don't know how to make the decisions. And I understand that it's not about me, that this is a community thing. But I also understand that, I've kind of been producing the Quantum Gathering and producing the Dude, Where's My Wallet, and generating the things. So if I'm not producing them, then they won't get produced unless somebody else from the community would like to step in and do it, which is a huge thing. Let me tell you, I wouldn't ask somebody to do that lightly. I was really disappointed at the last Quantum Gathering where I lost that script, or misplaced the script, and we were meant to be doing 2, and then I couldn't find it, and then I was, it's just been all these hiccups. Goodness me, this is not a very good live stream, is it? This is like round and round in circles. This is where I'm at. I'm in the middle of the confusion and the turmoil of transition. I have not yet started to bloom. However, the Amber Goddess is back, and I hope the Amber Goddess is back to stay. And within the next couple of days, I need to start making some hard decisions, and then I have. But I think basically what I'm saying is that if you do have any ideas of how we should play it, I would really like to chat about it a little bit. Or just hear your idea, because in one way, as I was saying to Otto earlier, in one way, there is the golden unfolding and you can only do what comes your way. But in another way, there's also that your intentions are important and your mind comes first. So, trying to balance that. Okay, so I think that one of the things that I learned when I was a really little girl was that you can trust the plan. God doesn't need any help. You know that lovely poem, prayer, the Desiderata? Go placidly amid the noise and haste. Yeah. It's a very pretty, beautiful poem. And there is noise and haste now in my life in a different way, and I am attempting for placidly. And I very much feel that that is going to come with a lot of pain. And I don't think that I can be here on the internet sharing my pain. I really think that this is something that I'm going to have to step away. In fact, the longer I sit here with you, and the longer I think about it, and the longer I talk about it, and the longer I experience this discomfort of being in public, talking about these private things, the more I'm starting to realize that I need to go. Okay, well, I can't say that I won't be back. But if I'm not back tomorrow, then you'll know that I made the decision in the night and I acted on it. Otherwise, I'm going to just keep limping along. One way or another. But I'll be here and I'll be around, and I won't be dropping completely out of touch. I will just have a very different set of realities that I have to step into. Thank you for bringing me this far. Thank you for everybody who's committed to be with me on this journey in one way or another, either from close or far. And to you, Ali, for offering to do a handover the way you have. I understand that that's a sort of emotional thing too, and a rite of passage almost. between the oldest child and the youngest child. And we have to do that too, so I know that's a conversation we're going to have. All right, I am going to go. And I'll be in touch with you one way or another through the next 9 days until I can figure out what we're going to do. And then, all right. So listen, thanks. Thanks for bringing me to this place. Thanks for bringing me to the shore. And thanks for watching me prepare to disembark again on another quite significant adventure, shall we say. Adventures are always pretty intense to have. All right, guys. Don't know what's going to happen. But thanks for everything that has happened so far. And I'm just trusting and believing that there is a plan and that I can just follow it and things will work out. I'll see you soon, okay? And hopefully I'll just see you soon. Thanks for listening.